In the next few minutes, I'm going to expose 9 energy drink brands that are secretly wrecking your health, despite what the flashy cans and slick marketing claim. Doctors see the consequences every day: heart palpitations, insomnia, anxiety, and liver stress, and they're begging people to stop grabbing these quick fixes. The labels promise focus, stamina, and vitality, but the reality is far more sinister. Hidden stimulants, chemical additives, and sugar spikes are quietly doing damage every time you take a sip. Stay until the end, because number 1 will completely change the way you view energy drinks forever. Number 9. Redline Extreme. Redline Extreme has marketed itself as the ultimate hardcore energy solution, promising explosive energy, relentless focus, and a mental edge that ordinary drinks can't deliver. The brand targets serious athletes, bodybuilders, and anyone seeking maximum performance enhancement, positioning itself as the choice for those who refuse to settle for average results. But doctors are sounding the alarm. Redline isn't just strong, it's dangerously concentrated. Each can pack a caffeine content that far exceeds what most adults should consume in a day, combined with synthetic stimulants designed to mimic adrenaline in your body. When you sip Redline, your heart rate spikes, blood pressure rises, and your nervous system goes into overdrive. This isn't a boost, it's a full-scale assault on your cardiovascular system. Independent lab analyses reveal that Redline Extreme contains ingredients like yohimbine and ivodiamine, compounds linked to heart palpitations, anxiety, and even seizures in susceptible individuals. Yohimbine, derived from the bark of an African tree, acts as a stimulant that can increase heart rate and blood pressure while also affecting the central nervous system in unpredictable ways. Evodiamine, a compound extracted from certain plants, is marketed as a metabolism booster, but research shows it can cause dangerous interactions with other stimulants, leading to cardiovascular distress. The extreme focus you feel is actually your body signaling stress, releasing cortisol and other stress hormones in response to the chemical onslaught. Unlike coffee or tea, which provide caffeine in a relatively predictable and mild form, alongside beneficial antioxidants, Redline's proprietary blend delivers a rapid, unregulated jolt that can overwhelm your system within minutes. The drink doesn't just contain caffeine, it contains a complex matrix of stimulants that work synergistically to create effects far beyond what any single ingredient could produce. This cocktail approach makes it nearly impossible to predict how your body will react, especially if you have underlying health conditions you're not even aware of. Young adults are particularly vulnerable to Redline's dangers. Marketing campaigns paint Redline as the drink for fitness enthusiasts, gamers, and high performers who demand nothing but the best. Social media influencers showcase the drink during intense workouts, late-night gaming sessions, and competitive events, creating an aspirational image that appeals to teens and college students. But studies have shown that teenagers and college students consuming these beverages can experience dizziness, chest pain, severe dehydration, and in some cases, emergency room visits. Their developing cardiovascular systems are simply not equipped to handle such extreme stimulation. The sugar-free version isn't harmless either. To offset flavor loss, the drink uses artificial sweeteners like sucralose and ace-sulfame potassium, which have been shown in some studies to disrupt gut microbiota and insulin response over time. These artificial sweeteners may not contain calories, but they're far from neutral in their effects on your body. Research suggests they can alter the balance of beneficial bacteria in your digestive system, potentially leading to inflammation, metabolic dysfunction, and even increased cravings for sweet foods, the exact opposite of what health-conscious consumers are seeking. Redline's labeling highlights maximum energy and clinical strength, but it fails to mention the real risks lurking behind the promise of intensity. The term clinical strength sounds scientific and trustworthy, but it's essentially a marketing phrase with no standardized meaning in the supplement industry. Doctors consistently warn that consuming even a single can before exercise or in combination with other stimulants can overwhelm your cardiovascular system, potentially triggering arrhythmias, hypertensive crises, or worse. The marketing is aggressive, the appeal undeniable, but the science is clear. Redline Extreme isn't a performance drink. It's a high-stakes experiment on your heart, and you're the unwitting test subject. Number 8. Monster Energy Original. Monster Energy Original is arguably one of the most ubiquitous energy drinks in the world, visible on every convenience store shelf, vending machine, and social media feed. The distinctive claw logo has become synonymous with extreme sports, gaming culture, and youth rebellion. But its reputation as a high-energy, performance-enhancing beverage masks a far darker reality that medical professionals see playing out in emergency rooms across the country. Each can contains nearly 4 times the caffeine of a standard cup of coffee, combined with taurine, guarana, and a cocktail of artificial additives. This chemical mix is designed for rapid stimulation, but it comes at a high physiological cost that accumulates with every can consumed. Heart rate spikes, blood pressure rises, and sleep cycles are disrupted effects that repeat with every can consumed, creating a pattern of dependency that many users don't recognize until they try to stop. The stimulant overload doesn't just affect you during the hours after consumption. It can disrupt your circadian rhythm, making it harder to fall asleep naturally and leading to a vicious cycle where you need more stimulation to compensate for poor sleep quality. This cycle of artificial energy and crash can continue for months or years, slowly eroding your body's natural ability to regulate energy and alertness. Studies have linked Monster Energy consumption to cardiovascular issues, particularly when consumed in excess or combined with other caffeinated products like coffee, pre-workout supplements, or even chocolate. Emergency room reports reveal cases of palpitations, arrhythmias, and even seizures following consumption in adolescents and young adults. Cardiologists report seeing patients in their teens and 20s with heart rhythm abnormalities that typically appear in much older adults, and the common factor is often chronic energy drink consumption. The high sugar content amplifies these effects, causing rapid insulin spikes and subsequent crashes that leave your body in a metabolic roller coaster, struggling to maintain stable blood glucose levels. Yet Monster markets itself as a drink for extreme sports enthusiasts, gamers, and high-performing individuals, masking the reality that its energy boost may be harming your body in ways that won't become apparent until years later. The brand sponsors major sporting events, music festivals, and esports competitions, creating an association between the drink and peak performance. Athletes and celebrities are paid handsomely to hold Monster cans in photos and videos, but what you don't see is the careful monitoring and limitation these professionals apply to their actual consumption, if they drink them at all. Artificial coloring and preservatives further complicate the health picture. The bright neon hues aren't naturally occurring, they're chemical additives like yellow 5 and blue, one designed to make the drink visually appealing while adding zero nutritional value. Some of these colorings have been linked in research to hyperactivity in children and potential allergic reactions in sensitive individuals. The combination of sugar, caffeine, and stimulants creates a perfect storm for nervous system stress, insulin resistance, and long-term cardiovascular strain that may not manifest until you're in your 30s or 40s. Monster's massive social media campaigns portray a lifestyle of excitement, adventure, and limitless performance, but doctors repeatedly emphasize that the drink is unsafe for frequent or high-volume consumption. The reality behind the glossy marketing is far less appealing. Emergency room visits, disrupted sleep patterns, anxiety disorders, and cardiovascular damage that could have been prevented. Monster Energy Original may feel powerful in the moment, giving you the sensation of invincibility and heightened performance, but that rush comes at a steep cost. It trains your body to rely on artificial stimulation while silently eroding heart, liver, and metabolic health. Marketing gloss and celebrity endorsements can't mask the truth. This is industrial chemical energy, not a healthy boost. It's a Faustian bargain, where temporary performance comes at the expense of long-term wellness. Number 7. 5-Hour Energy Shots. 5-Hour Energy Shots are marketed as the solution for busy adults needing a quick lift without calories or sugar. The tiny bottles promise convenience, productivity, and sustained energy without the crash associated with larger energy drinks. They've become fixtures in checkout aisles, gas stations, and office break rooms, positioned as the smart choice for professionals who need to stay sharp. But this ultra-concentrated product delivers a caffeine dose equivalent to 4 or 5 cups of coffee in just 2 ounces, along with massive quantities of B vitamins and amino acids that your body simply wasn't designed to process in such concentrated form. The effects on the body are extreme and immediate. Cardiologists warn that such concentrated caffeine can trigger heart palpitations, elevated blood pressure, and anxiety attacks, even in healthy adults with no history of cardiovascular issues. When multiple shots are consumed in a single day, a practice the company's own advertising seems to encourage by focusing on hours of energy, the risk multiplies exponentially. Your body becomes overwhelmed by the stimulant load, your adrenal glands work overtime, and your cardiovascular system struggles to maintain safe pressure and rhythm levels. The marketing emphasizes convenience, calorie-free energy, and productivity enhancement, positioning the shot as a smarter alternative to sugary drinks or coffee. But the labeling skirts the health risks, using small print and vague disclaimers rather than clear warnings about the potential dangers. There's little transparency about how B vitamin megadoses interact with stimulants or the long-term effects of repeated exposure to niacin, pyridoxine, and other high-dose nutrients in liquid form. Some studies suggest that chronic consumption could contribute to liver stress, as your liver works to process and eliminate these concentrated compounds, and kidney strain from the elimination of excess water-soluble vitamins. The flush feeling some users experience from high-dose niacin is often mistaken for the energy kicking in, but it's actually a side effect called niacin flush, a temporary dilation of blood vessels that can be uncomfortable and, in extreme cases, concerning. While the calories are minimal, the chemical stress on your cardiovascular and nervous systems is anything but negligible. Your body expends significant resources trying to process and eliminate these concentrated chemicals, creating a net negative effect despite the temporary boost in alertness. The zero sugar and low calorie claims create a false sense of safety that's dangerously misleading. By focusing consumer attention on calorie avoidance, a primary concern for many health-conscious adults, the brand successfully masks the true dangers of stimulant overload and nutrient toxicity. Emergency room reports have recorded nausea, dizziness, and even temporary chest pain after consumption, particularly in sensitive individuals or those with underlying heart conditions they may not know they have. Despite aggressive advertising in offices, gyms, and convenience stores, doctors warn that these shots are a quick fix, with potentially serious consequences that far outweigh any short-term productivity gains. If you've ever reached for a 5-hour energy shot thinking it was harmless because of its small size and lack of calories, it's time to reconsider. The tiny bottle may look innocuous, almost like a vitamin supplement, but it's a concentrated chemical cocktail that can disrupt heart rhythm, metabolism, and overall well-being in ways that aren't immediately apparent. What looks like a productivity hack could end up costing you your health, with effects that may not become clear until years of regular use have passed. Number 6. Rockstar Energy. Rockstar Energy is another ubiquitous brand, promising power, stamina, and competitive edge to anyone willing to crack open a can. Its appeal is undeniable. Sponsorships of extreme sports events, major music festivals, and viral social media campaigns create an image of unstoppable energy and rockstar lifestyle. The brand has successfully positioned itself as the drink of rebels, performers, and anyone who refuses to accept mediocrity. But behind the glossy branding and celebrity endorsements lies a cocktail of caffeine, sugar, taurine, and artificial chemicals that the body struggles to process safely, especially with regular consumption. A single can contains over 160 milligrams of caffeine, roughly the equivalent of 2 cups of strong coffee, consumed in minutes rather than sipped gradually, along with upwards of 60 grams of sugar, providing a rapid spike in blood glucose, followed by an inevitable metabolic crash that leaves the heart and adrenal system taxed and exhausted. This dramatic swing in blood sugar creates a physiological roller coaster that can lead to cravings for more sugar and caffeine, perpetuating a cycle of dependency that many consumers don't recognize as problematic until they attempt to break free from it. Doctors and nutritionists have repeatedly pointed out that this chemical load can trigger palpitations, anxiety, and gastrointestinal upset, even in otherwise healthy individuals. The combination of caffeine, sugar, and chemical stimulants overstimulates the nervous system, creating short-term alertness and euphoria at the expense of long-term health and natural energy production. Your body's own energy regulation systems, carefully calibrated over millions of years of evolution, are essentially hijacked by this artificial stimulation, leading to a dependence on external sources rather than internal vitality. Rockstar's marketing focuses relentlessly on excitement, performance, and living life to the fullest, distracting consumers from the scientifically proven risks of excessive caffeine and sugar consumption. The brand creates an emotional connection with consumers by associating the drink with music, extreme sports, and youth culture, making it difficult for fans to see past the lifestyle image to the health consequences lurking beneath. Artificial coloring, preservatives, and flavoring agents further complicate the health profile of Rockstar Energy. Many of these additives have been linked in research to hormonal disruption, inflammation, and digestive issues. The bright colors and intense flavors are achieved through chemical compounds that have no place in a truly healthy beverage. Repeated consumption, particularly by teens and young adults whose bodies are still developing, amplifies these risks significantly. Emergency rooms report cases of hypertension spikes, heart palpitations, and sleep disturbances in regular consumers, with some patients requiring monitoring or intervention to stabilize their cardiovascular systems. Rockstar may feel like a powerful boost in the moment, delivering that rockstar confidence and energy the marketing promises, but doctors warn it's a high-risk chemical cocktail masquerading as a lifestyle choice. The flashy branding, aggressive marketing, and celebrity endorsements hide a dangerous reality. You're not fueling your body with what it needs, you're stressing it with chemicals it must work hard to eliminate. Each sip is a gamble with your cardiovascular system, blood sugar regulation, and long-term health outcomes. The temporary high comes at a cost that accumulates silently over time. Number 5. Bang Energy. Bang Energy markets itself as the ultimate performance enhancer, promising energy, focus, mental clarity, and zero sugar in a package that appeals to fitness enthusiasts, athletes, and anyone seeking to optimize their performance. On the surface, it looks appealing. No calories, flashy cans with bold designs, and aggressive branding targeting gym-goers and active individuals. The company has successfully positioned Bang as a smarter choice, a next-generation energy drink that supposedly delivers benefits without the drawbacks of traditional options. But the reality is far more concerning than the marketing suggests. Bang contains upwards of 300 milligrams of caffeine per can, roughly 3 times the amount in a standard cup of coffee, and approaching the upper limits of what's considered safe daily consumption, combined with BCAAs. Branched-chain amino acids, electrolytes, CoQ10, and artificial flavors in a proprietary blend that sounds impressive but raises serious medical concerns. Doctors warn that such high doses of caffeine, especially in combination with other stimulants like supercreatine and coenzyme compounds, can overwhelm your cardiovascular and nervous systems in ways that may not be immediately apparent but accumulate over time. Independent studies and emergency room reports highlight that Bang Energy consumers experience increased heart rates, blood pressure spikes, insomnia that can last for days, and anxiety attacks that can be debilitating. The promise of enhanced focus comes at the cost of adrenal strain, metabolic stress, and dehydration that can impair the very performance the drink claims to enhance. While Bang promotes itself as a clean, sugar-free alternative to traditional energy drinks, the stimulants themselves are far from benign or safe for regular consumption. High-dose caffeine combined with amino acids can interfere with kidney function, especially in individuals who are already consuming protein supplements or following high-protein diets. It can exacerbate arrhythmias in those with undiagnosed heart conditions and overstimulate the heart even in healthy young adults, particularly when consumed before intense physical activity. The medical literature is increasingly documenting cases of adverse events associated with high caffeine energy drinks, with Bang appearing frequently in these reports due to its extreme caffeine content. Bang Energy also uses artificial sweeteners, coloring agents, and flavor compounds that have been linked in some studies to gut microbiome disruption, insulin response irregularities, and chronic low-grade inflammation. Unlike coffee or tea, which contain naturally occurring antioxidants, polyphenols, and other protective compounds, Bang delivers pure stimulation with no protective nutritional components. Doctors consistently caution that repeated consumption of these highly concentrated drinks trains your body to crave chemical stimulation rather than responding to natural energy cues, masking fatigue that may signal your body needs rest while silently straining your heart, liver, and metabolism. Marketing campaigns featuring fitness models, sponsorships of extreme sports competitions, and endorsements from social media influencers make Bang seem aspirational, healthy, and even essential for optimal performance. But every sip comes with hidden health costs that aren't reflected in the marketing materials or social media posts. While you may feel unstoppable for a few hours after consuming Bang, experiencing heightened alertness and physical capability, your body is paying a toll that will eventually come due. The flashy can and energetic branding cannot mask the fact that this drink is a high-risk chemical cocktail designed to manipulate your nervous system for temporary performance enhancement at the expense of long-term wellness and natural vitality. Number 4. Reign Total Body Fuel. Reign Total Body Fuel claims to be the ultimate energy drink for athletes, gamers, and peak performers. With its scientifically advanced image and fitness-focused branding, Reign appeals to serious athletes and weekend warriors seeking an edge. But beneath the marketing lies a dangerous reality. Each can contains a potent cocktail of 300 milligrams of caffeine, 3 times a standard cup of coffee, combined with BCAAs, electrolytes, and synthetic stimulants that severely stress your body's systems. This extreme combination far exceeds safe daily limits for most adults. Repeated consumption places your heart, adrenal system, and nervous system under relentless strain, leading to cumulative damage many users don't recognize until they're in the emergency room. Doctors have raised serious alarms about heart palpitations, chronic insomnia, anxiety attacks, and gastrointestinal problems in young adults regularly consuming Reign. While the marketing promises enhanced focus, energy, and recovery, the high-dose stimulant content actually creates stress responses that counteract any claimed benefits from amino acids and electrolytes. Emergency room data increasingly documents cases of tachycardia, hypertension, and severe dehydration linked to Reign consumption, particularly among fitness enthusiasts combining it with other supplements. The sugar-free formulation isn't safer. Artificial sweeteners, flavorings, and coloring agents disrupt gut microbiota, increase insulin resistance, and contribute to systemic inflammation. The caffeine-BCAA combination can overtax kidneys, especially dangerous for athletes downing multiple cans before workouts or mixing them with pre-workout formulas and protein shakes. Despite Total Body Fuel branding suggesting nutritional support, what your body receives is a chemical stressor. The amino acids and electrolytes cannot offset damage from excessive caffeine and synthetic stimulants. Your organs work overtime processing these concentrated chemicals, creating net negative health effects. Reign's aggressive social media presence, athlete sponsorships, and gym partnerships create false legitimacy. The Fitness Association implies health benefits when the opposite is true. Doctors warn that no marketing can change physiological reality. These drinks override natural safety signals and create cumulative damage that may manifest as serious health problems years later. Number 3. Celsius Energy. Celsius Energy markets itself as a healthy energy drink, claiming thermogenic effects, metabolism boosting, and clean energy that supposedly sets it apart from competitors. The brand has positioned itself as the intelligent choice for health-conscious consumers, fitness enthusiasts, and anyone seeking weight loss or improved body composition. Sleek packaging, fitness-focused marketing, and emphasis on natural ingredients create an illusion of safety many consumers accept without question. But despite these claims, Celsius contains dangerously high doses of caffeine, guarana extract, and artificial compounds that raise serious medical concerns. While labeled natural, each can delivers up to 200 milligrams of caffeine combined with additional stimulants from guarana and plant extracts that overstimulate the nervous system. Doctors warn this combination significantly increases blood pressure, causes heart palpitations, and disrupts sleep cycles, especially when consumed multiple times daily or alongside coffee and tea. The advertised thermogenic effect, raising metabolism and body temperature, sounds beneficial but actually creates severe cardiovascular stress. Independent lab analyses reveal Celsius uses a cocktail including taurine, guarana, ginger root, and citrus bioflavonoids intended to amplify energy and fat burning. Though marketed as natural and safe, these concentrated doses mimic synthetic stimulants in their effects on heart rate, blood pressure, and nervous system activation. Repeated consumption increases adrenal strain, metabolic stress, and anxiety risk. Some reports suggest minor liver enzyme fluctuations in frequent consumers, a clear sign the liver struggles to process this chemical load. Celsius also contains artificial sweeteners like sucralose, whose long-term effects remain largely unstudied at these concentrations. While marketed as fitness-friendly and low-calorie, doctors emphasize relying on these beverages is a dangerous shortcut, masking fatigue while straining the heart, kidneys, and liver. The clean marketing, featuring fit models and wellness aesthetics, creates false safety perceptions. While cans promise energy and performance enhancement, the science reveals a high-risk chemical cocktail, manipulating your nervous system and metabolism. Regular consumption may feel empowering temporarily, but your body pays silently through cardiovascular strain, metabolic disruption, and organ stress that won't appear until significant damage accumulates. Number 2. NOS Energy. NOS Energy has built a reputation for high performance, bold flavors, and extreme sports branding that appeals to thrill seekers and anyone seeking maximum energy output. The brand takes its name and aesthetic from nitrous oxide systems used to boost car performance, creating an association with power, speed, and braking limits. Each can contains roughly 160 milligrams of caffeine, plus a proprietary blend of stimulants, amino acids, and artificial additives designed to deliver intense energy. While the marketing promises endurance and focus that will help you achieve more, doctors warn that NOS Energy pushes your cardiovascular system into dangerous territory with each can consumed. High doses of caffeine, combined with other chemical stimulants and high sugar content, can cause arrhythmias, hypertension, insomnia, and digestive issues that range from mild discomfort to severe medical emergencies. Repeated consumption increases risk further, particularly for young adults and those with underlying health conditions they may not even be aware of. The combination of ingredients creates a synergistic effect where the whole is more dangerous than the sum of its parts, overwhelming your body's natural regulatory systems. Independent testing reveals that NOS Energy contains artificial preservatives, coloring agents, and chemical flavorings designed to enhance taste and visual appeal while providing zero nutritional benefit to your body. The drink is also high in sugar, around 50 grams per can, causing rapid spikes in blood glucose, followed by crashes that leave your body fatigued, irritable, and craving more stimulation despite the initial boost. This creates a vicious cycle where consumers drink more to combat the crash, leading to even greater cumulative effects. Emergency room reports increasingly link energy drinks like NOS to palpitations, dizziness, and headaches, showing the hidden physiological toll these products take on regular consumers. Cardiologists report seeing younger and younger patients with heart rhythm abnormalities, blood pressure issues, and signs of cardiovascular strain that would typically appear much later in life. The common factor in many of these cases is chronic energy drink consumption. NOS Energy markets itself aggressively through extreme sports sponsorships, racing events, viral campaigns, and social media influencers, creating an image of invincibility, performance, and safety. The brand associates itself with motorsports, action sports, and high adrenaline activities, implying that the drink will enhance your performance in these demanding activities. But doctors emphasize the real risk. What looks like performance and vitality is actually chemical stress, adrenal overload, and metabolic strain that undermines the very physical capabilities the drink claims to enhance. The temporary boost comes at a cost that your body will eventually demand payment for. Number 1. AMP Energy. AMP Energy is one of the most aggressive energy drink brands in terms of marketing intensity and caffeine content, earning it the top spot on this list of dangerous beverages. Each can delivers around 200 milligrams of caffeine, combined with high fructose corn syrup, taurine, multiple synthetic stimulants, and artificial additives in a formula designed for maximum impact. While the packaging promises energy, laser-sharp focus, and athletic performance that will elevate you above the competition, the reality is far more concerning than any marketing material would suggest. Doctors repeatedly see cases of heart palpitations, dangerous blood pressure spikes, chronic insomnia, anxiety disorders, and digestive upset in regular consumers of AMP Energy. The concentrated stimulants in AMP Energy can overwhelm your nervous system, creating a cascade of stress responses that affect every major organ system in your body, particularly in teens and young adults, whose cardiovascular systems are still developing and more vulnerable to chemical assault. The sugar content amplifies the metabolic problem significantly. With approximately 58 grams of sugar per can, AMP Energy causes rapid blood glucose spikes that trigger massive insulin release, followed by equally rapid crashes that can lead to fatigue, irritability, difficulty concentrating, and overconsumption as your body desperately seeks to stabilize its energy levels. This blood sugar roller coaster, repeated daily or multiple times per day, as is common among regular consumers, can contribute to insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome, and increased risk of type 2 diabetes over time. Artificial flavorings, preservatives, and coloring agents further stress metabolism, gut health, and liver function. Your liver must work to process and eliminate these chemical compounds while also managing the sugar and caffeine load, creating a perfect storm of metabolic stress. Marketing gloss, extreme branding, and association with music festivals and extreme sports mask the physiological damage occurring inside your body, creating a false sense of safety and performance enhancement. Emergency room reports show AMP Energy appearing frequently in cases of cardiovascular distress and stimulant overload, particularly among young adults who consume multiple cans in short periods or mix the drink with alcohol or other substances. AMP Energy may feel like instant vitality, power, and confidence, giving you the sensation that you can accomplish anything and push beyond normal limits. But the long-term consequences include adrenal fatigue, as your stress response system becomes exhausted, cardiovascular strain that increases risk of serious events, sleep disruption that affects every aspect of health and performance, and metabolic stress that can lead to chronic disease. Every can is essentially a chemical experiment being conducted on your body, and you're the unwitting participant in a study with no safety oversight or concern for long-term outcomes. Doctors universally warn, this brand is one of the most dangerous on the market, combining high caffeine content with excessive sugar and a cocktail of synthetic additives. Regular consumption can have serious consequences that may not become apparent until significant damage has occurred. The temporary energy boost and performance enhancement simply aren't worth the cumulative toll on your cardiovascular system, metabolic health, and overall well-being. There you have it, 9 energy drink brands silently destroying your health while promising vitality, performance, and success. From Redline Extreme to AMP Energy, these products promise instant power and laser-sharp focus, but deliver cardiovascular stress, nervous system overload, metabolic crashes, and chemical exposure that your body wasn't designed to handle. Doctors are pleading with consumers to recognize the hidden dangers lurking behind flashy marketing and make safer choices before serious damage occurs. Your energy shouldn't come at the cost of your heart, liver, kidneys, or sleep quality. The next time you reach for a flashy can, promising vitality and peak performance, remember what's really inside. Concentrated caffeine that can overwhelm your cardiovascular system, artificial stimulants that hijack your nervous system, massive amounts of sugar that wreak havoc on your metabolism, and chemical additives that stress your organs. The temporary boost may feel exhilarating in the moment, making you believe you're invincible and capable of anything. But the long-term consequences are far more serious than any short-term benefit could justify. Switch to natural, tested alternatives like green tea, which provides gentle caffeine along with beneficial antioxidants, matcha that offers sustained energy without the crash, black coffee in moderate amounts, or herbal adaptogenic drinks that support your body's natural stress response systems. You'll still get energy, focus, and enhanced performance, but without the chemical overload, adrenal strain, cardiovascular risks, and hidden dangers that come with manufactured energy drinks. These natural alternatives work with your body rather than against it, supporting your health while providing the boost you're seeking. Protect your heart, mind, and long-term health by making informed decisions about what you put in your body. Avoid the 9 energy drink brands we've discussed. Read labels carefully on any energy products you consider. Make informed choices based on science rather than marketing, and feel the difference in your energy levels, focus, and overall well-being. When you fuel your body properly with real food, adequate sleep, proper hydration, and natural energy sources, you'll discover that sustainable vitality feels completely different from the artificial jolt of chemical stimulation. Your health isn't worth trading for a can of chemical stimulation manufactured in a laboratory and marketed by corporations more concerned with profits than your well-being. It's time to clean out your fridge, throw away the dangerous beverages that have been silently harming you, and start fueling your body the way it was meant to be fueled with real nutrition, adequate rest, and natural energy sources that support rather than undermine your health. Your body will thank you, your heart will thank you, and your future self will be grateful you made the change before serious damage occurred.